Okay, we're still carrying on here. And then here, next thing, let's see, assuming we're back home, click that one, the button seems to appear. And then let's see with other stuff like blocks, the picture used to be appear. With what again, with the contact, everything goes down. Okay, with the what again, contact goes, blocks, the image is up, about the image, with the, okay, we have only 3. Let's see, for the case of contact us, let's add there something and say, let's say instead of component contacts, here's just going to be our nice home. Okay, here will be contact us, then you give instruction here. Okay, just pass lorem ipsum with the 15 words, just instruction. Okay, let's style this one out. This and this will have a class name, and then we can maybe make the text gray, text dash gray dash 500. Yeah, like this looks good, but this one should be form bold. But let's say my ball is fair, and then most of them must be at least center, text dash center. Okay, like this, and then they must have a px property, the px property of 4 to align them together. Yeah, like this. And then for the p here, it must have a py property, that is to push it a little bit from that one of 4. Okay, and then down here, down the p here, we can have one div, and inside this div we can have a form. Inside that form we can remove this action out. Okay, then within the form here we can have some div. Those div will carry 2 things. One is the label, and then within the label you can, maybe you are going to get the name of the person, then here you can say your name. Then down the label, down the label we can have input, an input here. That input we can specify. First of all, it will contain a name, is a must. Okay, name is going to be I will pass it a name of the person we are going to send to database. And then here it can take the ID. The reason why ID, because it's only for the screen reader. When I click on this label here, the meaning, if I click on this one, it will switch on this input. Okay, that's the reason why we need that one. And then I think I have to add some background to this one here, so I have to pass the default or custom class name for that one. So I will first change the background into gray of 300 to make different with the white. Okay, like this is okay. Now 200 is okay for that one. Okay, just like this. And then the outline should be nil. Outline is going to be none, because I don't want that line to appear there when I click here like this. And then next thing, it will take the value property. It's going to be nil at the moment, and it has on change property also. On change is usually a function, it's going to be nil at the moment. We shall come back to that one. Then with it input here, and that one I can first of all try to maybe flex them in column. Okay, they are already in this one. If I put flex, they are going into row, it's not going to change. But if I change flex calls here, flex dash call, that's column direction, it will go up and down like this. Okay, then if I want to give them some nice strategy for the home page, then that means here from the first home here, if can just add CD, and I can first give them only just the width screen, just to avoid that one. 10 out of 12, margin dash of auto, like this. When I save, it can give me that size, but it's affecting everything down, so that means I have to pass some other stuff here. The first one is going to be the React fragment, so that I can pass out this one, the navigation out of this one, and at the same time I can pass this one up to down by pressing on my alt key down, and then press it, move up to here where there is bracket. Then for this footer I can push it down to avoid the cutting. Now if I save like this, they go back to their place, but at least all my property are centered. Then for the property of 10x here of no, property 10x, where is it, px of 4, remove this one out, and then remove this out, like this. It's okay. And then I will continue here by saying have the width property. The width property, I want this one to be full, just width dash full to take 100% of the screen. And then this input here, label here, it can take also a class name, because they are all HTML element, they can take class name. Okay, here we can say the py property, I want to push, or the margin bottom, it depends, but I usually push top and bottom to balance everything. I can just pass 2 here, it can give a space. Okay, then this one here, this form here itself, I want to position it also by giving the py property, that means padding top and bottom of 4, just to balance everything like this. It makes sense. Then my input here, I want this one also to be somehow rounded. Okay, curve the center, that's like to add the border radius of MD, like this. If you want to give the padding inside, feel free. Okay, and then here maybe you can continue by saying okay, padding inside should be 2, and give a space, save. Now this one looks good, and then you can add a placeholder, which is the last things you can do. Now you can say enter name. Then here you can have it. When I save like this, you can see it's showing this one is an input. Any question? Hello
sir, no question.
Okay, very good. So if you see from here, flexible everything, that means this form itself here, we are going to pass the grid system. Okay, I'm going to take them 2 and then the last one for okay, I'm going to introduce one more div inside here to enable us put the grid system. Then take this one, close this one down here. That's number one thing you should do. Then this div can help us categorize everything here. Let's say I will have this copy, have the name. Let me first highlight this one up to here, press on your shift alt and then arrow down. I will have a name, the second one will be for email, phone number, subject, and then message. Like this is okay. If I save, I can have so many fields. I will start from the last one. The last one is not going to be an input, it's going to be a text area, because I want it to be very big. Okay, text area. Then text area can take almost everything. Isaac, how many minutes?
15 minutes.
15. Good. We are good to go. So I have this one here. Let's add some property to it. If it is text area, I have to close it back here. That means instead of close it as a self, I just close like this to have to end. It has some column and row property. We need how many columns? Okay, I can add here calls like this, or 10. To make it just big, I can make here rows or 20. Let's say to be bigger, but this one is too big. 20 is too big. Let's make it only 10. 10 can be okay. No, not 10 even. Let's make it just 8. This one is perfect, just like this, to be sure it can take enough of the text. Then here we can change it, maybe let's say here message body, or just say there message is fine, it goes there. Then let's try to rename them. So if it is having an ID of home page here, try to change everything. If this one is message, let's say this will be also our message. Okay, then from that message we can see here name here is going to be changed to message also. And then maybe you can add some simple validation by say require just like this. We shall do the advanced one later. It's mandatory, that means you cannot go and press something. So to make our form still go well, let's add the last one here, which is the button. The button is going to be condition, okay, but first is going to be send. It's just going to show send, and it has to have some property. First of all, we are dealing with the type. The p property is going to be 2 also, so that they can be somehow bigger. And then it will have a background of dash blue dash 700, so that they can go well. And this button also should be full 100% of the screen, and also it will have a it's empty of 4, the margin top, okay, of 4 to separate it from that one like this. And also it has to be rounded like this, and the medium, okay, it's good. And then the text should be white, text dash white like this. After white it has to be bold, font dash bold like this. It makes sense. And we are going to make it condition. When we press it like this, you cannot press it twice, it has to disable it, so that you cannot send so many type of messages. And then next thing will be if you put this one here, let's say from text area to this one, the ID has changed. Let's move to this one. This one is going to be our subject. It's going to remain just input like this, is okay, but here is going to be subject. Subject is a name, because those one will create them in our database later, so that they can match each other. This is subject ID. Here also change to subject, so that when I click on this one like this, it will open this one message, it will open this one for me. So I have to change this one into subject, just like this. After that one, this one became subject, then this become our email. The next one here, the type remain text, there's no problem about that one. But for the case of email, the type will change to email. This will enable us to require only email with the at property here. You cannot go beyond. And then next you can add maybe the required property for this one. Read only, no, required like this. After required, then you can change the placeholder. Instead of here name is going to be email. Instead of placeholder enter name is going to be enter email like this. I think the one for subject also we have to do something here, enter subject. Okay, now if I do like this, I can get the 3. Then email, it will switch from email, but you see email is not switching. So let's go up here and see if this is equal to name here, then that means I have to pass this one to email, so that the ID itself can work with the email like this. Now if I save, you can see when I click on this one, it's open the app one. Email, it open this one. So let's say name, email, phone number, name, email. Oh, this one is supposed to be after this one, but let's say we can just auto switch this one. So here instead of enter name, is going to be enter your phone. Here enter the phone, and then here the ID change also to phone, and the name itself will be phone. No, the ID will be phone and the name will be phone. Okay, now if I save this one like this, everything, click on name, open name, click on this one, open phone. So here is going to be phone. Yeah, go well with this one. So I want to divide them into 2, that's why I bring the grid system. So for the grid system, first of all, I don't want to include the text area inside, so this div here is going to move outside the grid system with the button. They will move out of that one. I don't want to categorize them, so I will say okay, this div from here up to here. Then I can take the button also. Okay, the button up to here. I can just push them all down the div here. If I save, it won't make any difference. Okay, everything remain the same. But as soon I add the grid system here, the grid system is going to be also only just for the desktop screen, because if I open this one like this, Control Shift plus I, you can see it's going to look ugly. But I want only the 4 will go 2 2, and then the message here goes 1. Okay, so to deal with this one, we just add the grid system there to avoid that one. So let's move this one here like this, and then let's go and see where is the grid system lies. So there is this empty one here. Add this one should be grid. Okay, by default of everything it has to be only 3. So instead of make small, medium, whatever, leave that one. If you add SM like this, that means you are targeting the smartphone. Okay, then you can change this like the grid dash columns. You need only 1 column. Okay, but instead of medium and above, okay, this one is the most easiest one you can do. Grid calls dash what you need them 2. Then you can add this one like this. Grid calls 1, grid calls 2, something like this. So let's see. Now we are already in desktop already. Desktop. Close this one. Control Shift I. Control Shift I. Okay, let's close this. Control Shift plus I like this. Alright, yeah, they have already divided. Okay, because we are on the desktop application. So let's add some other quick correction to fix that one for us. Let's go and say wait, we have to add gaps to separate this one here. Okay, so by doing this, here is a grid system columns of 2. Make sure pass here gap, enable us to give space. Okay, gap is nothing but this, just this thing, the space. So if you go down here and then try to see from here, you can see we have this nice space here being given. And if as soon we go up to mobile view, okay, you can see very nice, and only just show one after the another one. So anyone wanna ask question concerning this? Hello?
Yes,
No,
quick.
sir.
How many minutes counting down there?
6 minutes.
6 minutes. We need to have another link, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's try to position this contact us there, and it's this one. Let's go back here and say, okay, within this text py property, we have to give the text size, that is a text dash or XL. Okay, I'm okay with this one, but for the heading here, we are going to transform this one into capital. Okay, just by adding the word here uppercase here, uppercase like this, and then give a nice margin. That's the margin top and bottom of 8 like this, and then the text will be gray instead of what, no, they are all gray already. Let's just try to make it semi bold, but you can change the text size still into 2XL to make the difference. Like this is just okay for us. And then if you try to click on this one, it works. Okay, and then if you go here, everything seems to be okay. Okay, let's try to test it whether it will submit the data or not. Let's make it in the mobile view so that we can see very well. Isaac, when remain 2 minutes, let me know. Here we go. We have first
Okay, sir.
so we have to clear here. We want to see what's coming. What happened if we try to put some other information, then we click on send? Okay, it's going to force us to require everything. That means the first one doesn't have a required property. The required property the first one does enough, the second one also. So here I can pass required. Okay, a required property. Next thing, if I try to click here, it will force me to do something there, enter, but nothing is entering. The reason why, because we did not pass the value on change. On change here correspond to what a user is trying to enter. Okay, so to handle this one, to confirm whether our form can submit, first of all, the type is submit in our button here. Let's go and see. It has a type of submit, like this. Next, our form itself, it has our form here must have on submit function. On submit, normally we can write everything inside, but it doesn't make sense sometimes. Let's say handle submit. Feel free to name your function the way you want. So when we pass this one, throw an error because it doesn't exist. Okay, so just cross error there. Let's say, okay, we can just first create this function here. This function is going to take an event by default. Okay, on submit, have that one already. Add here equal, sorry, make sure it's having an equal sign. So here just prevent it from refreshing, because if you click here, you can see even if you fill the information, whatever you fill, anything, it's not going to work because you have yet configured the input. So here, first of all, prevent it from that refreshing. Okay, in advance, event.prevent default, to just override the default behavior of the form. That's good. The second thing, we need to change the value. That means if someone write here on inside the input of name, and then he want to write here for the font, the on change here will keep the one for the name, and it will be focused on the new input here. That's why we call it on change. The rest will remain. So we need a way how we can handle this one. First of all, we have to have a const here. Let's call this one handle on change. Okay, on change, let it be with event. Okay, it's going to take event also. Once we take event, we have to do something about it. So what are we going to do? First of all, we need to have a state that is going to handle, that can handle for us this one. So on top of our function here, we need to define our hook state, that is const. We define this square bracket. Let's call this one going to be form data, because we are getting the data from the form. Now let's set this one to form data. Feel free also to name it the way you like. Okay, form data, like this. After, I have to pass, where is it coming from? It's coming from React hook state, use state, sorry, use state, like this. It will import, then by default it has to carry some text. It's not yet imported. Okay, like this is already imported. So here on top here, we need to define our initial value. So let's call here a constant is CNST, I think the shortcuts here. Type here initial state, initial, like this, states. The initial state will equal to the value we want to collect from the user. Okay, it's going to be an object. What are we getting from the user? The first thing we are getting is the name, the second one is the phone, the third is going to be the email, fourth will be the subject. Okay, and then the next will be the message. These are what we are getting, but initial format, they have to be what? An object with the empty string, because by default there is no phone number exist or email exist. That's why it has to be empty. Okay, anyone having question? Hello? Isaac, let me hope Isaac did not forget the time. Okay, good. Let me confirm. Good. So I pass F7 to continue the recording screen, and then we are going to test the console log. Also pass this there, pass this one here. So here you can see console log is not showing us here, but within my here it's showing. So let's say instead of passing all of them, I only want name to be console log here, name, because the rest are not important. I want to see what is inside the name. Okay, if I save like this, I say name initially is empty string, empty string, empty string, but you can see down here, let's see, is it coming from let's first close this one, click on
Okay,
pass.
sir, how are you able to, sorry,
You say
how are you able to use the console.log within the listing? Just to studio code listing
there is
interface.
there's an extension called Ninja Console Log. I will share with you guys. There's extension, it's just going to show everything within here. Okay,
Okay.
good. So
So those are
say
okay.
talk.
Okay, we just have to download the extension, right?
Yeah, the extension
That's
is
Ninja Console.
something here, Ninja. You see Ninja Console Log, this one. Have you guys seen?
Yes, sir.
Let me screenshot. You can console log everything within your environmental development IDE. Let's send this to group. Let's check here. Okay. Good, let's get back. Then Control plus B to hide the other side there. So let's say we are getting this one initially, but it's looking empty. Okay, we are going to try this one when we click on the button. Okay, let this one just first be out here like this. So let's say we have this the information we have initially, they are empty all. We want to fill the form so that when we click on the button, we want to see all the data submitted here just in our local host here. Let's say here we have destructuring them, so we are going to pass them within the value. Where there is value for name, we pass name. So here it has with ID type, name is name, here the value is going to be name. This name is coming from what we destructure up here. Okay, they first initialize. After we initialize them, we destructure them. So we start passing the phone, email, subject up to message. So the first have been passed. The second one is going to be our phone. So let's pass this one to be phone. Yes. The next will be email. I will just pass here email. And then next I will have the subject. I will pass here subject. After the subject, I have to pass one more thing, that's message. Here the value is going to be message. When I set this one like this, I think you can see them, but let's try. Will it really be type? It's not going to type because the changing is not happening. So to deal with this changing, we have this function we define here, but we did not work anything within. So here we are going to do something like this. Instead we are going to start typing. I want to type only maybe name. Once I go to the phone, let the name remain there, but only let the changes happen within the phone. The first thing we can see, all of them has got what? Has got a name. That's the common thing they are sharing. All of them has got the name here. Name is equal to name. Name here is equal to phone. Name is equal to phone. And then for the email, name also is equal to email. Then for the subject, name is equal to subject. Oh, this subject should be with T. Then for the text area, name here is going to be okay, here is going to be message. First of all, let's change the ID. The ID has nothing to do with our data, but help us just click on this one here, this message here, then this one is automatically open for me. Then the name here is going to be message, very good, and then the value, and then we have this on change method here. We are going to handle this on the last. So within this on change method here, this one, we are getting them, but we need to set this value. I want to set them into what? Into form data. The form data is this one here, which we pass the initial state within. Okay, so when we reach here, we are going to pass the object within. So first of all, I want to return all the form data. That means I'm returning what? The previous data that I've already typed. Okay, I'm returning that one. I've already typed name. When I reach in name, going to font, I want to return this name, let it remain up there, and then I'm only changing only the name. So that's why I put this is called a spread method. Okay, spread method, pass this one all back. Data, this one is a form data here, this one like this. Home. Then next thing I can do is I have to change the name based on the text someone is typing. So I'll do this one within the curly, not curly, within the square bracket. Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, event dot target. Okay, I want to target only one thing, that's name. Target dot name like this is going to be assigned into what a user is typing. Event dot target dot value. Okay, master this one here, it's somehow important. You can see them in so many type of handling form. So I will just use this function here and pass them within the on chain here. Within the on chain, I can pass this one here, handle chain here. I'll just pass this one there. I will just go here and say, okay, since we all have this one here, or all this one, I'll just make Control D to select the next, Control D the next one, then Control D the last one. I will just rename it by put another one and then paste this one here. Everything is changed already. You can see it's automatic when and put. So let's see whether it will start typing here. It's now typing. Before it refused to type. Next, if I type here, this one remain up here, and I can type different value here. I can type anything I want. I can type number, start mixing it. Good. For this one, I can type. Then we want to try to see what will happen if I click on submit here. So this one is telling me it must contain an art, no issue. Okay, and then subject, message, something else like this. When I click here, nothing happened. It actually works because first of all we have prevented the refreshing so that it cannot refresh, and then secondly we are getting some errors here. Okay, if you click just here, this one to clear out, click on this one again, it's working. But we need to do something. When we click, we want to see something first of all. What is that something we want to see? Within the default here, we are going to say console log form data. Console log form like this, data, log this one there. So let's go and see. Are we going to see this one or not? Let's try to put something somehow very logic here. Let's say I'll pass Alison, the phone number, +2 like this. The email, let's take this one is okay. Subject, let's say this one is going to be testing. After testing, we have the message, hello world, just like this as a default. When I click like this, what do I see here? If I go and click on this one, you can see I'm sending the email, I'm sending the message with the word hello world, I'm sending the full name, and I'm getting the phone, and I'm getting the subject. If you reach up to this level, it's okay, meaning everything is working perfectly. Okay, that means what you have just put is okay. And then also you can see my console log here is now working. This Ninja console log, you see, just console log for me everything here, and like this I can go and remove this one, and I know it's working. Next thing is we want to show our user that something has been sent, so that he can also at least be happy. And secondly, when I click on this one, okay, I want this one also to be clear for me. I don't want the text remaining inside. So what can I do? It requires me to define another function here. I can call this one maybe clear my form, or clear data. Clear data is equal to, this one is going to take only a parameter of empty and return for us something to do with the form data here. So we're going to set this form data to 0 again. Okay, I'm going to set form data, pass the parentheses, pass an object, and then I will just reset it back as initial value. That means reset it to 0, and then paste this one back here. Once I have this one, I need this function to be called somewhere so that it will work automatically when we click on the button. Let's go and see. We are going to pass it into on click because this is where the submit happen. I'm going to pass it here. When we click on submit, then everything works. Let's try it out. Let's say maybe let me refresh just to avoid confusion so you guys can know where we are exactly. Everything is gone. And then here let's go with these data. Here subjects going to be testing application, message hello world. Okay, when I click here on send, everything is clear. But do we really have our data there? Let's console log clg like this. Let's console log form like this, but data. When I save it and then I try to clear this one here and type something like this, when I click here, it's going to clear, but the data is sent here in the database automatically. So anyone have problem? Hello?
Hello, sir. No, sir.
How about the girl Olamide? Are you there? How's they called?
I could not.
I think she's called Olamide, something like this. The contact was written like that. Anyway, how about Callistus?
I'm fine, sir.
Good. So that's the first thing we can do. Next, we need to do conditioning also our send button here. So to condition this one, we have this option here. If there is form data, no form data. So we need to show a message here to enable a user that his message has been sent just automatically. So what are we going to do? Let's define another more states here. The state we are going to define is going to be const. Let's call this one maybe success set success is equal to use state. This time is going to take a boolean value which return the answer of true or false. Okay, by default is going to be false. So we are going to define this, use this one to do something about it. Down here where we have a button, just on top of our button, where is the button? Here is the button send. Up here we are going to define our div. Okay, the div here, and then within this div I can run this condition there and say if there is success only, and if and only, then in that case render this div for us. This div will say something like your message has been sent successfully, like this. Maybe you can pass some emoji stuff there. Maybe emoji, press on window plus this one semicolon. Let's check here what can make. Okay, click on this. This one doesn't make sense here. Text this cars. Anyway, you just feel free to choose the one which is okay. Let's say this birthday collection. What? Let's take the basic.
Yes, use that one in the first row.
In
that balloon, use the one in the first row in the balloon side.
This one?
No, the one. No.
This balloon.
And the top to the last. Top to the last in the first row of that balloon. Yeah.
The flower bouquet.
Yeah.
Which one is flower bouquet? Citroen. This one
after the star. After the star.
This one?
After the star.
The next one.
This one.
Yes, exactly.
Cotillon. This is not flower bouquet. That is French word there. So we have this one there. Then we are going to make this text. Okay, we can change the text here. Let's say text dash green, because green signify okay. Green, we can add this one up to 700 like this, and then we can make the text at least font dash bold. After bold, we can make the size of it by saying text dash 2xl. Okay, then we can give a adding top and bottom of 4. Now before we put this one, let's add it to true so that we can see it in a real action, then later we can go and customize it somewhere. So here I have the success, show success, let it just be true by default, later we can return it back so that we can see this message here. So this one is too big when we are in the mobile phone. Maybe I have to make text center. Let's go back here and style it out. Okay, here we have text to XL. Let's first of all return it back into extra large. Save this one, it doesn't take the space. Okay, let's say maybe we can make it center, text center, make it good center, and then I have to add the BG background of green, but the light one, that is 100.
Sir,
Yes,
can we please do is instead of writing like let's do Windows alerts, that stuff that just pop up.
yeah, that one also good. That one is just by console log. You just say alert, then you put the message inside.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Can we
then,
try it for this one too?
okay, we'll try. Let's
Or
first
you can, it's not customizable. Is it customizable? Sorry.
to bring and show it down to the button here. No, that one fires only when the changes happen on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Means you cannot style it, it's tailwind.
No, that one cannot be styled. But I think it's also possible. Wait first. Let's say my or 4 like this. Then let's make it rounded. SM small, yes. But we're using medium. Okay, MD like this. See, there's a beautiful message here. Your message has been sent successfully, something like this. And then let's go back first of all here. Let's make it off, because if you leave it like this, nobody will go and send message. They will just believe it's already sent. Let it pop up for them by false like this. It has gone off. Next, let's say will it be possible when we click? Now sometimes you may think maybe if you just click it will work, but we need to set a time function out for that one like this. When I click like this, it's not gonna work, but our this one data have been submitted successfully. So let's take this one and see when we are putting this one here. So first of all, by clicking just submit button, what I want to show is I will set this one to true. Okay, but after some second I have to make sure this one disappears so that someone will not screenshot and say he has sent something while he didn't send. Okay, so here we are going to say set time out. This one here, this is a special, or we call it pre-build function of JavaScript. Then you pass this one here. Then within, I can pass this one. I can say let it go off after how many seconds. It will depend. The seconds here are defined in millisecond. Okay, let's say after 5,000 milliseconds, which is equivalent only to 5 seconds. Okay, but many people go with the 10. So let's say it will work. Let's try to do something here, testing everything up to here. Let's try to type this one and then click on this one. You see our message somehow pop up, and when it makes 5 seconds, it will just goes off by itself. You see, that's the first advantage we have over this one. And then secondly, what will happen, what if a person keep on pressing this button second time, 1 2 3 4. Let's first of all clear this one here. Okay, let's give it a try. Here we pass this one. I want to keep on pressing on this send. It's not logging. Let's say console log form data so that we can see CLG form data. So here we have that one, and then let's try it out again. This one here I can pass it. Now let's push this one up so that we can click on this one, click on this one. You see, you cannot click in twice, only one is submitted here. You see, but we can try to disable this one also. let's say let it remain first. I will close it once. Reaching here, when we are clicking on this one, also on submit button, we have to disable this one here. Let's say we define one more state for loading. It's going to load for us. Let's say here const. This one will now take loading. This one is good, whereby if you want to go and bring some libraries that have some loading animation, also you can bring them and it will work. Loading set loading, and there you're going to say use a state. After use a state, initial is going to be false. Most of the boolean value goes off by default, then you can reset them. So I'm going to say if it's going to be loading, first of all I want to go and condition this button down here. This is the button which goes send. I'm going to put this curly brace here and pass this one has a ternary operation. So if it is going to be loading, send this text on the screen, okay, by saying sending. Put this one into past present continue, and then add 1 2 3. It's going to be sending, but normally you can create your component, okay, with the animation of sending, then you can use it here. It works perfect. That's the reason why we want to use it also. Put this one here. Next is going to be only send, okay. Send is by default when it is not loading. That's why you are getting it here, okay. If I make it true, you can see here what will happen. Let's go and make it this one true to see. Set loading to true like this. When I save this one, you see the text here loading is the one appearing, but I have to make sure it's conditional. That's why I have to pass the initial value of just false. Yeah, save it, let it be send. Good. Then down here we have disable property within our button here. Disable like this when it is loading. That means this button is going to go off when it's loading. Let me close this one back, and then let me add the equal sign. If I don't assign it, it will not work, to throw an error. So what will happen if I try to fill everything correctly like this? Let me go back here, Ctrl plus B, close that one. Here when I click something, I want to disable this one, meaning you will not be able to send, you see. But when you click okay, you won't click, like you have to fill it. Click on this one, name something there, testing. When you click here, this button here is already sent because it's just going faster. Maybe we can be able to change the timing, okay. That one, just press it very fast. Let's see. Someone raise a question, please try to talk directly. Like this. Let's clear this. Press here. One, the message is sent, and that one is sent. So it will work only when there is condition for password. So let's say this one we are going to work and set it out after some second. So within here we are going to make it only 5 sec. After this one here we have this one, so let's bring the loading also in. So here pass this one here. Next we just pass the false property, false like this. After I pass the false, let's see what will happen. So let's continue. Name, pass anything there, test here like this, press on this one like this, send goes okay. Let's see, maybe that the this one, how do you call it, the order here. When there is loading, it's going to make sending, otherwise that one, this one looks perfect. And then disable this one when it is not loading. supposed to be when it's loading. Okay, let's try. Press on this one, is already disabled because it's not loading. By putting this, it will enable it to be loading. Then next thing, okay, let's say here control plus X and add X here. That one is correct, there's nothing wrong here. Save this one. It's loading. So let it be within 2 button. Let it be a 2 button case, and then we can, let's do it like this: button 1, button 2, condition with loading. Okay, the button 1 will have send, the second will have this. Okay, let's try it this way. Try to have the copy of this one, Alt Shift down, and then between the two you can remove this one here, these conditions all out, this one out. Okay, this one out. Just type on this one sending. No, send. This one start with send. Then for the case of send, let's first remove the disable. Here is going to be sending, the first one. Okay, then here we have 2 buttons. This will be render under the condition of loading. Then we can say question mark, the first one. We have to deal with this one. The second one, deal with the this one here. Then I have to close this one here, go up, close this one out, just like this. Then save. It will automatically format everything for us. Let's see what happened here when I click on this one here. Click this one. This button send immediately and it come back. Let's try to increase the time. Here, let's see what happened using the setting time here. Okay. Oh, the reason is here. This loading here need to be true in the beginning. Okay. Here it has to be true. Then using the time is going to set it off. Like this it works. Go here, add your detail, add this one. After reaching here, add the rest. Click on this one. You see, sending, and then it goes out. Have you seen? That means we did it with 2 buttons, but actually it can be 1 button. Also, it can bring the same result. Okay. Let's just return it back to the correct format. Any question there?
No, sir.
Okay. So here it works, but we are using 2 buttons, so that one is not good. We have to make it only 1. So by making 1, meaning I have to remove.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Is it possible for that your message has been sent successfully to come after the sending action? You know, the thing will just display and the button is still reading sending.
Okay, then if that's the case, we can be able to disable this button, then only that one will come.
Yes, after sending, after it has been sent, then the message, that pop-up of the message have been sent successfully will now come after.
And then we have to
Instead of
okay, wait.
Instead of coming
I
the
got
same time with the sending.
That's good. That's good. Wait. First of all, let's return this one here. Let's remove this condition up to up here. Up to this even. Remove this all. We need only 1 button to make it more simpler, like this. Then within here, we render 1 button, but under the condition of loading only. Then within the loading, if it is going to be loading, we will send this message there like sending. Otherwise, it will be default with the text send. Okay, that's the first thing. Here is going to be send. Try it out and say like this. Try to click on this. This one is not filled. Okay, after that click like this, it's sending. There's dot here. dot one more dot like this. That is good. Then Callistus, your question is let descending wait let this one message success will come after sending here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's first go here and customize the time. Let's go up here. Here is the time section is happening all here. We are going to say like this, within this time the success has been shown together with the loading. Okay, let sending be show. Okay, and then let's define one more time within this one. Control X, set time out here, and then let's return this one and then pass this one, but for this one will be longer than the other one. Let's first start with the comma 300. We just require adjustment. Okay, so within the first time all of them will have 5 seconds, then one will end up in 3 and 1. Let's say the set loading to false will happen in 3 seconds, and then this one will happen after 5 seconds, and then in total they start with this one, then the other one show. Let's give it a try. It require only setting the time like this. Let's see which one goes off first. Okay, this one goes. Okay, the message come after, but all of them started together. Wait, which one come last? Wait. Email like this. Okay, let's see. First of all, you guys help there. Which one go first? All of them started together. You have sending goes first, and then this one remain. So it's just a matter of making like this. If set loading to false happen in 3 seconds, then success come. Let's just change this one, bring this one down, and then pass this inside. Let's see what will happen. Change this, pass this one here, after click on this one, sending continue. No, that's wrong. Bring this one down, this one up. Let's set this one like okay. Set this one false, 5,000 only for success, and then the problem now, when we fire one, this one first of they were inside each other. Let's say we remove this one from that one out, this continue up to there, remove this one out, let it be in its different function. I need to set delay, I think. Set delay. Save this one first of all. Let's see, it will fire all at once or not. It will fire all at once, but the time will remain different. Okay, fire, message, sending, send, message successful, send. It come late because it has 5,000. It doesn't have a shorter time. So let's say we will, instead of delaying this one, let's first hide this one. Set loading to false, set success after 5 seconds. Go up here. Okay, give this one only one second. again. Let's see. Are you guys there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This will make 1 second and it goes out. Wait. It comes together 1 second and that will remain. Let's see. Set delay time.
Sir,
Yeah.
is there a way to delay the happening of the pop-up before,
It's
as
there.
in to come
It's there. It's there. Just
after?
wait. I think set. There here is so many functions. Wait. Set interval. No, they have to be actually they have to be within one function. One will be inside the other one, so the other one will wait until one is completed. There is something we did like this. Pass this one. Success to false after 1 second. Wait, someone's calling me. Someone is disturbing my phone.